Hey folks, it is Tuesday, May 14th, and the time is 5 p.m. and outside the temperature is a beautiful 20 degrees Celsius. And I'm here at Main Street Station. And I'm about to head on up to street level. Here we go, it's a little quieter out here, but this is Main Street. And just to the south of here is Danforth Avenue. And in this one, I'm going to head over to a residential neighborhood I haven't been to in quite a while. And that is Crescent Town. So I'm going to head over there and we'll go for a walk through Crescent Town. And then I'll finish up at Victoria Park Station. And we have arrived on the Danforth in Danforth Village, in an area also referred to as Banglatown. And there's a look to the west. And after this video, I'll be making another one where I make my way to Shoppers World, a shopping complex to the east of here at Danforth and Victoria Park. And then I will walk west along Danforth back to Main Street Station. So rather than duplicate this stretch of Danforth in both videos, I'm going to head north at this next street. And I'll see if I can make my way up to Dentonia Park. And that's where we'll find Crescent Town. So this is Barrington Avenue, a street I don't think I've ever been on before. And almost right away, things are much quieter here. And I could have just made my way through this passageway here over to Barrington Avenue. And that's Main Street Station on the left, and there is the streetcar loop. That's the eastern terminus of the 506 Carlton. There's one there getting ready to pull out. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the Taylor-Massey neighborhood. And this street is Coleman Avenue, so I can take this, I think, over to Dawes Road and then head north a few blocks on Dawes, and that'll take us up to a street that'll connect me to Dentonia Park. And Crescent Town's an interesting, or Crescent Town is an interesting high-rise community. I think it was January 2021 when I was last there. There's the Coleman Park tennis courts. And a townhouse complex.
Oh my gosh! Mom, it's now open.
No, and I said we are not going to.
A free taupe-colored sofa for you. I was originally just going to walk along Danforth. On the way over, I decided to come this way. And that is a primary school. Some interesting homes on the left. It's a really cool looking building. So we are on the city's east end. Just a few blocks short of being in Scarborough. That's the Dentonia Park Co-op. And here's Dawes Road, which starts a little bit south of Danforth, and it kind of curls to the northeast and terminates at Victoria Park Avenue, just before St. Clair Avenue. I think I can make the next right. And we'll head over to Dentonia Park. And I can see the Crescent Town high-rises looming off in the distance. So Dawes Road is mostly residential, but there's a few businesses just up ahead. We're going to go right on Dentonia Park Avenue. And this neighborhood is known as Taylor Massey, as the Taylor Massey Creek is just north of here. And the Massey family owned a lot of land in this area back in the 1800s. Free mattress? No thanks.
That doesn't happen every year, right?
There's the park. I remember playing softball at this park. I think in around 2005 I played in the Beaches Softball League. Some realtors try to classify this neighborhood as the upper beaches. That's a little disingenuous. There's the softball field. I remember a few home runs being teed off and the cars parked along Dentonia there. What is this? Some kind of art? This is a language monument. You can press pause if you care to read that. No one playing softball, but they're playing some cricket. Just a bit outside. And there's a splash pad. And if you couldn't tell already, this is a very multicultural neighborhood, as many in Toronto are. And a large number of the residents here are of Bangladeshi, Indian, Jamaican, Pakistani, and Tamil descent. This area to the north is Crescent Town. I have no idea what the story is behind shoes that end up being strung up like that. There will be a pathway leading into the apartment complexes coming up just on the left. But when this was built, these buildings were targeting young singles and couples without children. I think the vision was similar to that of St. Jamestown. In downtown, and both neighborhoods kind of went on a similar trajectory. There's a pedestrian pathway straight ahead that leads over Victoria Avenue, or Victoria Park Avenue, and takes you over to the station. And I'll be finishing up over there. There's a bike share. And these buildings on the right, 9 and 11, I think building number 7 as well. I have some information regarding their rents. I looked that up back in 2021, and bachelors in these buildings started at $11.40 a month. And now, just 3 years later, they are $17.89 for a bachelor. One bedroom started at $13.41, and now they're $2,100. And 2 bedrooms started at $17.59. And now they go for $29.90. Just in case you didn't believe real estate prices were completely bonkers in this city. But this is a large master planned high-rise development that opened back in 1971. There's another complex of buildings. And this serves as somewhat of a ring road through the neighborhood. No sidewalk on this side. Now, what's interesting is there's a lot of overground pedestrian pathways, such as that one, that connect the neighborhood. I think the idea was vehicles down here, people up there. At the time, they built it as a pedestrian paradise. However, like a lot of master plan communities of this kind, it ended up being kind of disconnected and isolated from the surrounding city. I wonder if there's a way for me to get into that walkway. Entrance to Marketplace. Management office, rental office, and marketplace up this way. Doesn't smell particularly good here. I think these buildings, for the most part, have been remodeled and renovated on the inside, but they don't look too hot on the exterior. Dental care, a pharmacy. That was just down there. And the population of this self-contained community is roughly 10,000. But in the 1800s, this was all farmland. Health access. There's the Azad supermarket. That features a cafe in there. Maybe we'll take a quick peek inside. Nope, those doors do not open. They want you to enter this way. There's a butcher. Please do not sit on it. It is for sale. Well, how do you know if it's worth buying or not?
Or maybe Saturday? Not
That is quite expensive for a tube of toothpaste. There is a large metro at Shoppers World at Victoria Park and Danforth. I'll be on my way. Maybe we'll head back down. No dogs allowed. There's a Crescent Town public school. I think the laundry room must be around here. Parking garage. Snapped a few pics. Interesting, one of the first residents in this neighborhood was Kiefer Sutherland. And some of these apartments don't have the best reputation in terms of maintenance and upkeep. But for what they are charging for rent these days, I would imagine many of those issues have been resolved. Back in the 90s, the Ontario government abolished rent control. And apparently that drove a lot of people out. Fortunately, since then, rent control has been re-implemented, but it doesn't apply to buildings newer than 2018. So there's probably a mix of people paying very little for their apartments relative to the newer residents who are paying sky-high fees. And it's back to that ring road. I guess there's not much reason for a pedestrian to walk around this part. Private property. Trespassers will be prosecuted. What about those pesky YouTubers? Section of parking garages are closed for repairs. No doubt the landlord will use that as a reason for applying for an above-board rent increase. I'll call it capital improvements. All right, let's cross and head up to Victoria Park Station. So I came down this way when I entered the apartment complex. Those basketball courts I walked by earlier would be just up there. Bike share racks. And the landscaping through here is quite nice. That's where that Azad supermarket was, just over there. Well, I guess it still is there. And the subway runs above ground right through there. Right on cue. There's actually a golf course, the Dentonia Park golf course right across the street. It's a City of Toronto run golf course. There it is. So I imagine for a lot of people making their daily commute, this would be the walk through this tunnel. As a westbound train rolls by. So from Main Street Station to Victoria Park Station. Hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. It's always interesting to hear from those who lived in places like Crescent Town that I cover on this channel through videos like this. I am so hungry. Can't really think about anything else but food, so I'm going to grab a snack from the store just over there, but we'll finish up here. The subway platforms are up above. I think the neighborhood just over there is known as Oak Ridge. Danforth Avenue is just to the south of here. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you wish to support what I do on YouTube, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Yoink.